It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Ryan Tannehill. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Commanders and the Lions, and it's all up next.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
One-loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback at 6'2" out of Auburn. It's Jarrett Stidham.
For a brief time, he was thought to be a possible successor to Tom Brady while he was still in New England, but that didn't materialize. But opportunity may still knock for him to start in the NFL today. Definitely has the arm and mobility to make plays against NFL defenses. All he needs now is consistency.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 16 carries, 67 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. They'll be led out by the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year in 2019, and that's Ryan Tannehill.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. Robinson's got it. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Tannehill. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Tannehill. To the back of the end zone, but too high for everybody and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A big win there defensively on second and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up third.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Play action, it's Tannehill. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on third and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Once again, it's Jacobs. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Stidham, third down from the gun. He hits Adams, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, that's how you convert on third down with an explosive gain of 34.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Stidham. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Stidham. And that's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Sanders' kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
On second down, McCaffrey. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Turner. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here. It looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Tannehill. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Tannehill. Quickly into the hands of Robinson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill. They batted at the line and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that, to end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Stidham. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Stidham. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now Stidham off play action. And it's complete to Adams.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
To throw is Stidham.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Stidham.
He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Stidham. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Seven yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now it's Stidham. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans.
And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Tannehill. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. So here are the Lions to take over. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Stidham. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Stidham to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Danico Autry. And they're to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Well, another drive coming up for this Washington offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Going up top. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right on the 30. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now Stidham on 2nd down. And that's complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Stidham. And his throw here's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Stidham.
That's complete to Smith-Marset.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Stidham 1st down in the red zone. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Stidham going back to the air. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Julian Blackmon. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, surprise, surprise. First and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Under pressure, they got him again. Danico Autry. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Two straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Hard throw, incomplete.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on a fumble return from the Detroit touchdown. Some problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now stands at 13. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Go 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill.
That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
We're following the play now. They're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Washington on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Tannehill. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Lions offense set to take over. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. Following the fumble recovery, here's Stidham. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. On second down, Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Stidham now to throw on third down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth down, here's Stidham. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on fourth down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on fourth down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Take it at the 37. Ooh, the juke. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw is Stidham. And it's complete to Adams. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 27 yards there, a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. On second down, here's Stidham. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Stidham will throw again. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And he's got some space here. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on a fumble return from a Detroit touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs, and he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. On first down, it's Tannehill. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action, it's Tannehill. Man open is Robinson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. On the catch, it's Crowder.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Commanders get a bit closer. So that, Charles, their first score of the ballgame, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was all capped off on the touchdown reception by Jamison Crowder. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's Stidham. The left side throw complete to Adams. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Stidham.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Injuries got to McCaffrey again in 2021. He's played just 10 games since his historic 2019 season. He's been averaging well over 100 yards per game when he's out there, though. And fans of the game are hoping this is the year he gets back to a full season of work.
Off play action, Tannehill. He's got Turner.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. This one caught by Crowder. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. So there you go. They needed a big play, and they got one there on the touchdown run.
And that was a very important drive. Of course, they all are when you're trailing in the second half. But what I really liked, they didn't panic. They knew they still had time to run the football and keep playing their game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this is back to a 5-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Now Stidham, off play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now Stidham on second down. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line.
A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Stidham to throw. And that is incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now Stidham. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Throwing again here, Stidham. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
And, partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tannehill.
This pass into the hands of Turner. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Now it's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Tannehill.
Across the middle, he finds Robinson.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Tannehill now to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Tannehill. And he wisely will throw that one away. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 and the 4.
Now, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And some room to run now. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made here at the 36. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The Lions on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now it's Stidham.
That's caught. It's Austin left side. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16.
A gain of 22.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now it's Stidham. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Washington offense heading out. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
On first down, it's Tannehill. This is caught by Robinson.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Tannehill. Throw left side to Reynolds. And a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
On first down, this is McCaffrey.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Tannehill's throw taken in there by Crowder. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Tannehill throwing again. Crowder's got it over the middle.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill.
Turner's got it on the crossing route.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Tannehill.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Tannehill to throw.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Defense.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
Throwing, Tannehill.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
This should be the final piece to the puzzle as Stidham goes down to a knee. And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Detroit, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.